Yeah, I feel so deeply fortunate that I had parents that stressed that I don't need to keep up with the Joneses. That was a saying in our house a lot, because I heard no all the time in my house. So growing up, we really did not have a lot of money. We had a big family. There was uh, 6 kids. One unfortunately passed away, but my parents had 6 kids, and so there was 5 of us. Um, and it was just one income. And so we heard a lot. I heard no so many times. And besides, if you knew my parents, you would know that they were very, very frugal and very financially sound. That was kind of like a thing for them. My mom still is, I think. I wish I can get her to spend more money, but it's deeply ingrained in who she is. And but that was one of the best things ever, was learning to not keep up with the Joneses. And so this not only played out in the financial world that a lot of people have, but it's played out a lot in my career. Uh, I do have a strong desire, right? I think I'm not unusual with this. I think a lot of us feel this. I have the strong desire to keep up with everybody and sort of play, I want to be liked, right? Like at the end of the day, I want to be liked. I want other people to say, I want to be around that person. Um, and the odd person to say, I really love this person. I really get this person. It's just a strong desire that I deeply have, and I think that is totally normal that most people actually have, um, except for some people that have rare personality traits and things like that. But I really have this strong desire to want to be liked, and as a consequence, I have this strong desire to move up in the world, where I have this burning urge. I know it's like I probably should go see a doctor about it and be like, "Ooh, you have this burning." N- it's this urge to just want to impress people, want to be liked, and to have recognition, just like everybody else has, right? And in the financial world with my parents, right, in the personal finance world, they taught us uh, no, all the time. So I was very sad, right? Like that was, growing up and hearing no a lot when you're a kid, it hurts, right? Like I wanted the new shoes. Um, and I didn't know how to respond to that at that time. And now I think I know how to respond to that a lot more. I have options in my mind. Like if you hear no, go make it yourself. Go out and do it yourself and figure it out or find something else. But it's helped me so much in my career because there is a deep desire by a lot of people. So, for those of you who understand the business world, being a business professor is part of this business world, and there's this desire that everybody has, um, across, and it's not just at my institution. This is a total big generalization that I think everybody knows, and I'm not just saying this that is part of my little subsect of the profession, but it's this desire to want other people to love us and to keep up with the Joneses that is so important to all of us. We all want to be like the number one person. We all think that we're a bunch of Einsteins running around in the in business schools and everybody to love us. Right. Like I think that's genuine. A lot of us feel. And so we have this desire to strategize. We have this desire to try to get ahead. And we have a lot. And I feel so strong. I feel like I this is why I feel so lucky. I lived in a world, my parents taught me to be in a world where all of that didn't matter. And I know that this is even stronger today, I think. I think that there's a stronger desire, particularly those that are growing up, because we have these silly I'm gonna say silly morons, and I know that that's a derogatory word, but just like people on social media that are trying to display these worlds that don't exist for everybody, right? I want you to, instead of thinking this is a simple trick, right? Like you might be looking at people on social media and thinking like, oh, they're all rich and famous. I'm gonna, I'm not like them, and so ergo, I am, a miserable boob. Um, I want you, instead of looking at social media and looking at these like tatted up fools, um, look at people around you, like immediate people that you know that you can say, "Oh yeah, they're in my family. They are my friends. They are somebody I know." And look at them and look at what real success looks like. What they would be. I guarantee, maybe one of you has the president in your family. I don't know. Maybe one of you um has, a governor in your family. Maybe one of you has um some very wealthy person, but most of us don't. Most of us don't. I have, I do have one or two family members that are estranged, but they're quite wealthy. But most people in my family are pretty, that I would say, that are in my corner, my little like that I know and that I grew up with. They're part of my life. They're just ordinary. And I want you to look at those ordinary people and say, well, what do they have? And what you'll realize is that there's only a small subset that you can pay attention to. And now here's the thing that gets really difficult, because you're likely going to school with people or you met people that may be, wealthy. I also want you to lay another layer on here that is even more challenging and ask, are they living a life that I really want? Right. And what you'll find out is that there is a lot of people that are wealthy and successful, a lot, all over the place. And they are deeply miserable inside. Like they genuinely are. They're messed up. They have all these kind of things. And once you layer that on there, you'll find out that your little like crew that you should be emulating. It's called your peer reference set, or your reference set that you're looking at is extraordinarily small. Um, of the people that are, living a healthy life that you would desire to be around, that they make you feel good when you're around them. It's extraordinarily small. That you have just these few people, and I want you to model after those people, real people that make you feel good whenever you're around them, or that they have something that's going on that you just admire, right? And then the rest of that, like, just ignore, right? And that's where it was like really good to grow up in a family of not having much, and having a family that, um, really stress, like, don't keep up with the Joneses is the saying. Like, don't look at what other people have. Look at what you have and appreciate it, right? And if you don't have it, work on getting there. And it's not going to be an easy path to work on where you want to get to. It never is. Or you work on contentment of what you actually have. Like you internalize, okay, I'm doing okay. Um, I feel I feel complete at this moment. Let's work on that. Let's work on, hey, let's look around at our surroundings and say, like, damn, I am so grateful to get to where I actually am. And I am just like, this is an incredible moment in my life. And all of our moments are incredible. Right, I want you to stress that, like, think about that. How, in this day and age, despite the fact that you might read the news and, the world is the news will tell you that the world is falling apart, but it's not true, right? Like, if you look at it, you'll realize that there's a lot of great people There's more people coming out of poverty now than ever. There is more people that are educated than ever. There is, you know, global populations around the world. Most countries care about, things like climate change and all the major problems most countries do. And the countries that don't, I'm not going to name names, but the countries that don't, it's happening anyways because of the technology that's around, that is cheaper, better, and in all these sort of natural forces that happen. So, despite the fact that you might think that you are not there yet, think you are, right? Like, you actually are. Um, you're living a fantastic life. And if you are still in the process of getting there, keep working at it, right? I know that you could do this. It's just one day at a time. That's it. Thanks, Mom and Dad. All right, take care. Bye.